How much of your time do you trade to finance your life? If you were to Google time theft, you would find dozens of articles with titles such as "Stop Employee Time Theft Today," "What You Can Do to Reduce Employee Time Theft," "Solved: How to Prevent Employee Time Theft in the Workplace," "Time Theft: Top 7 Ways Employees Steal Time," and my favorite, "The True Cost of Time Theft." May I remind you that my search was simply for time theft, yet every article, every graphic, every image I encountered portrayed the employee as the thief. Granted, employees do steal time with various methods of slacking or outright thievery, but it's relatively petty compared to the robbery committed by the thief who the employees are accused of stealing from. Let's consider the true cost of time theft by first realizing how much time is being stolen. You already know the identity of the real thief. When we think about the amount of time we exchange for our money, we generally think of 40 hours or so per week. 40 hours times 52 weeks, number of weeks in a year, amounts to 2,080 hours or 86.6 days per year that we trade for money. I want to encourage you to start thinking along fresh new lines about money in relation to your time. Let's first consider the time that we do not get paid for but dedicate to the maintenance of our job. Picture this. It's 6 p.m. Tuesday evening, your workday has ended, and on the way to your car you quite impulsively decide to visit friends in Portugal. And just like that, your plans change from shrimp fried rice and Netflix to shrimp fried rice and book a flight. Tomorrow you'll be cooling in the cut with childhood friends. If you wanted to travel to Portugal and hang out with childhood friends, would you be able to do so? If not, why? If your reasoning has to do with you not being able to return in time to report to work the next morning, you're admitting your job controls the time in between your work schedule. You not being able to go to Portugal on a Tuesday evening because of your job feels like control, and for that reason I'm including that time. You arrive home from work at 6:45 p.m. and your workday resumes at 6 a.m. the next morning when you begin the maintenance of your job, for a total of 11 hours, 15 minutes. And with that, I would like to introduce the concept of collateral time, which is time that's lost to the activity of being an employee. Employees are not paid for collateral time. Here's an example. It takes 2 hours to prepare for work, shower, breakfast, quiet reflection. Sure, you could be out of the door in 45 minutes, but that's part of the problem. You're up at 6 and out of the door by 8. Your round-trip rush hour commute costs 1 hour, 45 minutes. 1 hour for the morning commute, 45 minutes for the evening commute. The law dictates that an employer must give an employee the lunch break, which costs the employee in this example 1 hour. The collateral time in this example amounts to 4 hours, 45 minutes, extending the 8-hour workday to 12 hours, 45 minutes. That amount covers the time between 6 a.m. when the employee begins the maintenance of their job until returning home at 6:45 p.m. 12.75 hours times 5 days increases the 40-hour work week to 63 hours, 45 minutes, 63.75 times 52 weeks in a year, and the cost is 3,315 hours, or 138.125 days per year. I've established an argument for including the 11 hours, 30 minutes between scheduled work shifts. You can't go to Portugal. If you argue that sleeping for 8 hours shouldn't be included, I say, it's 6 p.m. Tuesday evening, after your flight to Portugal, get some rest. If you can't, and your job is the reason why, it's because your job controls that time. What you seem to be missing is, it's not your time. It belongs to your job. Your employer offers that time to you to give you the opportunity to prepare mentally and physically to return to work. 11.25 hours times 5 days adds an additional 56 hours, 15 minutes per week, amounting to 2,925 hours per year, or 121.875 days. So maybe, just maybe, you might be thinking, there's 365 days in a year, I still have 105 days all to myself. I'm sorry. But may I remind you that my goal is to get you out of the clouds hoping and thinking along fresh new lines about your time in relation to how much of it you spend to get your money. So let's look at another scenario. It's 6 p.m. Friday evening and your workday just ended. There's an event happening in New York Sunday evening with a gathering of friends afterwards that might extend into the early morning. You would really love to attend, but you live and work in the Bay Area, and your return flight departs at 6:45 a.m. Monday morning. Would you be able to attend the event and return home comfortably without violating a company attendance policy or asking permission from a superior? I mean a non-spousal superior. If not, and the reason why you can't is the same reason for you not being able to travel to Portugal on a Tuesday evening, maybe your job controls those 48 hours too. Here I am talking about you going to Portugal between shifts and you can't even make it to New York on a Sunday evening. For that reason, I'm including the 48 hours. 48 hours times 52 weeks amounts to 2,498 hours per year, or 104 days. 138.125 plus 121.875 plus 104 is equal to 364. There's 365 days in a year. If a job controls 364 of those days, how much time does the employee control? The only way you can be comfortable with that thought is you also think there's nothing that you can do about it. Here's the antidote. The secret to gaining more control of your time is to make more money in a shorter amount of time. In this example, an employee is paid $1,000 for 40 hours of work, which is the average starting pay for a bachelor's degree. A few months later, an automated system is discovered that allows the employee to generate $1,000 in 20 hours. The employee quits the job to work on increasing the value of the system. It appears the employee gained 20 hours per week of his time back, but is that true? If it takes 20 hours per week or an average of 4 hours per day to generate $1,000 leveraging automation, when you quit your job you gain an average of 20 hours per day. You no longer have the need to be in any particular place at any particular time to get your coins. Your time is your time. Learn, practice, leverage. The old way of making money, trading large blocks of time, low pay, salary caps, dissatisfaction with work, is becoming increasingly more unsafe, unstable, and unreliable. Meanwhile, there's a monetary revolution going on online, and if you're not taking advantage of it, it's most likely because you are either unaware of them, for which the Rose 2 project was created, or you are aware of them, but you're afraid to step out of your comfort zone far enough to invest in raising your personal value with upgraded skills. For both aware and unaware, here's a lead on a skill that has high income generation potential and is free for the moment. Offered and led by Google. Learn a skill. How to run Google Ads. Practice the skill. Following step-by-step instructions led by Google. Leverage the skill to generate an income, offering it as a service to small to mid-sized business owners. In 3 months, you can be generating an above-average income with a skill and knowledge that can be leveraged into the future. This is your invitation to gain knowledge about money that most adults will never know. You'll also discover how to make more money in a shorter amount of time. Control more personal time. Acquire an evergreen skill while earning an above-average income. The next article challenges beliefs about money. Beliefs involving where it is and how to get it. School is thought to be the place where life skills are taught and learned, but is that true? Go to school and get good grades so you can get the good job with the good company. A variation of those words is believed by many to be the key to living the American dream, but for many others, those words are how all of our nightmares began. If you're ready to begin your entrepreneurial journey, click the Build Empires button below to arm yourself with every tool, everything needed to do digital marketing and build businesses online. Click the Build Empires button below and I'll meet you inside.